Hey there, neighbors. Welcome to Second Helpings, where we talk about stuff like, why aren't I using washcloths in the shower? Let's talk about outgrowing our friends while staying in season and trying to draw a skeleton from memory. So when I think about outgrowing friends, I think of 4 points of interest: Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and wavelengths. Tier 1 is being able to talk to somebody about people, gossip, celebrities, whatever. Tier 2 is being able to talk to somebody about events. The Olympics is happening, there's some sort of natural disaster. Tier 3 is a little more nuanced, able to talk to somebody about goals, ambitions, dreams, morality, character, stuff of that nature. Now, the cool thing is it can vary. You can talk to somebody or have a friend where you can talk Tier 2 and 3 about, 3 and 1 about, or all the tiers together. Ideally, you want to be able to talk to somebody with including all the tiers. Now, a problem can arise because sometimes we can befriend somebody solely with the first and second tier. And normally, the friendship can erode and sort of end there. What I think sometimes can happen is you're in school, college, high school, whatever, and that's where you sort of form your friendships. A lot of times, because you're not fully developed in what you believe, the foundation of those friendships is Tier 1 and Tier 2. And then as you get older, you start to build who you are, and then you realize you might not see eye to eye. The problem with that is you've been building such a long friendship that might be on loose gravel that it's hard to separate yourself from that friend when you realize, actually, we don't see eye to eye. There's a certain definition for it. I'll put it somewhere here, but basically it's the thought that you put in a lot of time with somebody, friendship, relationship, whatever, so you want to see dividends for that time. So it's really hard when you have to end it. That's one way in which you can outgrow somebody. The fourth point is wavelengths. Funny enough, I actually heard during an interview between Snoop Dogg and A$AP Rocky. At that point, I believe it was A$AP who was going to Snoop for assistance, for help. And about his friends, he said that they weren't really seeing eye to eye. He felt as though they were sort of dragging him down in a way. He explains it better. I'll put a link in the post, you can watch it yourself, or a link in this video, you can watch it yourself. But what I remember is what Snoop said. Here you are currently, and here they are currently. You can't bring yourself down to their wavelength. They have to bring themselves up to yours. And if they can't, you gotta let them go. So Snoop Dogg never says wavelength. I just sort of misremembered that, my bad. But the gap is what he says in terms of you being up here, your friend needs to come up here and meet you at the same level. I still see it as a difference in one meeting the other and what have you, and there's distance between the two. So same rules apply, but just want to make sure I'm exact and specific. So my bad. Let's keep going. Now, I agree with him. I think that sometimes it can be tricky because saying you're moving yourself down to someone's level is obviously not great. I view it more so as just simply being on two different wavelengths and that there's no better or worse or up or down. You're just on two different levels. An example of this could be you make friends in school, college, whatever, or just an younger version of yourself that likes to go out, party, drink. Then all of a sudden you change. Maybe you have different goals and ambitions, a family, and that version of yourself that was able to go out, drink super late, 3, 4, 5 a.m., it's not there anymore. You don't have the time or money or whatever. You want to prioritize your resources towards something else. And the friends that you made that did like to do those things continue to do those things. And so then you realize you don't have as much to talk about. You don't have as much to connect with. You're not able to see them as frequently because, again, that's not those things. That's not what you want to do with your life. So you kind of have to make the decision to not so much cut them off, but realize that you're not gonna be able to see them as much. For me, I view friendships sort of like a cup that has a little hole poked in the bottom. It's really, really small. The time, the connecting, the reaching out, the conversations, that fills the cup, but it's always dripping. Eventually, if you don't connect, if you don't reach out to continue that friendship with the time that you put into it, that water, that friendship is going to run out. That being said, the cup still exists, but the knowledge of one another's lives is no longer there. So you can refill it, but it just takes time, you know? You may also be surrounded by people who are supportive of the direction that you're going, are pushing themselves towards their goals, dreams, ambitions. So then when you're around someone that doesn't do that, you're going, this is a little off. This feels weird. I feel like I'm moving back, or I'm not able to progress forward, or I'm plateauing. And then it's up to you to make the decision of how you handle it from there. It's tough. It's very, very hard. You can know people a really long time, think you know somebody, and have to kind of make that decision for you. All I can tell you is be confident in your friendship, and if it's meant to last, if it's meant to be, they'll find a way. Especially if you're just trying to improve yourself, man. They should want that for you, right? Or else what's a friend for? But good luck. I think I'm done with this skeleton. I'm happy with it. The tooth is a little bit janky down here, but I'm happy. As always, take your time, take a breath, take care. Okay? Bye! Ugh, sore.